he's the biggest slacker, like the laziest motherfucker I've ever met. He talks about how he would do a comic and then take the money from it and just for 6 to 9 months do not jack shit, just smoke pot until he ran out of money, and then he'd come back and do more. And all the things like, dude, if I could do what you did, I'd take over the world. I'd do everything. I left pissed off at him.
He does comics on CPT.
Kyle
time.
Baker.
He does. He does comics on CPT.
He's the Matthew McConaughey of comic
Wait,
arts.
explain what CPT time is for people who may not know.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that means.
CPT, you can't say CPT time.
that a
That's
black
like saying ATM machine.
You're right. CPT.
CPT is
Yes,
colored
right.
people's time. And I know none of you know this.
I know
and
it.
I know
it.
Oh, you mean that whole argument that y'all should be allowed to be later than the rest of us?
You mean I will say right now, the person who is always the latest for LEOG meetings.
Oh, you took it right out of my mouth.
Well, it starts with an L, it ends with an N, and it rhymes with Eon.
All I can say is I've discovered that every ethnic group, not that you would know this, has their own version of this.
Yeah.
Like there's Indian Standard Time and Chicano Standard Time.
Really?
Yes.
And there's White Standard Time. It's called Greenwich Standard.
Oh, no. White people show up early, usually 10 minutes early. Like,
Welcome to
what are you doing
LEOG
here?
13, presented in CPT.
Apparently, you have never waited on my ass.
And CPT actually is less than the others. Like, really?
Yeah, we may be late, but then the Mexicans are going to show up after.
Honestly, Indian Standard Time is any time between 1 to 2 hours late. I'm not making this up. I've talked to people.
That explains why the guy that installed my cable said, we're going to be here between the hours of...
Flame Retardant asks, what villain do you think was the most badly used? And what he means by that is, what villain do you find to be a cool concept and had a few good issues or maybe a good run or two, but has slowly become garbage? And he, of course, uses Venom as an example, which is the obvious first thing that popped into your head. He says, or perhaps the Riddler, which I don't know as much about. But anyway, you guys said you had some answers for this.
I do. If you look through my collection of Amazing Spider-Man, you will find almost the majority of the issues that came out in the 80s deal with the Hobgoblin. I loved the Hobgoblin. Man, when they launched him,
Yep.
the art, the story writing, everything was so great about him, and they utilized him in this incredible way and continued to do so for a couple of years without revealing his identity. And then... man, they dropped the ball entirely. They set up this thing where he was like, oh, he's Ned Leeds. But not really. He's not really Ned Leeds.
It's Jason
Jason
Masondale.
Masondale, the Jack-o'-lantern. But it's not really him. It's Flash Flash Thompson. Oh, it's not Flash Thompson. It really was Jason Masondale. And then when they finally got down to revealing his identity,
No one cared.
No, and nor should they, because it was a fashion designer.
Yeah,
I am not making
Roderick
this up.
Kingsley.
Roderick Kingsley,
Oh my God.
that they debuted in Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man in the fucking early 80s in the storyline that nobody paid fuck all attention to. And there was no tie into why he should have such a hate-on for Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
Why he was
Spider-Man,
crazy.
I'm like totally going to kill you.
Oh my
And the
God.
colors won't match or anything.
It was...
It'd be like red and purple. Ooh.
It was the biggest waste of a villain.
No, you're right. I
After
remember
doing the most immense chess game with a villain's identity ever done in any comic.
In fact, I'm pretty sure
And-
that was what caused my big break with comics when I went, you know what? Fuck it.
I did too. I stopped reading comics for a long time in about 1987, and that was when they were like, oh, it's Ned Leeds, and he got his throat cut, and then he framed Flash Thompson, and I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
If you're going to be this fucking coy after 4 years, go fuck yourself. I'm not reading this anymore. Just a total waste, because in concept, what a cool character.
Yeah.
The Hobgoblin to the second power, better designed weapons,
Green Goblin
much
to the
cooler.
second power.
Excuse me, the Green Goblin to the second power, cool costumes, cool masks, cool weapons. actually managed to beat Spidey a couple of times, they could have rocked with that. He could have been like the main villain for the 80s.
That's what actually got me into comics. That was a friend gave me a bunch of Roger Stern Hobgoblin comics, and that's where I said, oh, Spider-Man's badass. And that's when I started reading superhero comics, at that point.
But honestly, the whole thing was just plain so embarrassing that I'm pretty sure they haven't really brought up the Hobgoblin at all since then. They're just like,
No, they
every now and then,
They
like
have.
Ultimates did the bit where Harry turns into the quote-unquote Hobgoblin.
which is just a mirror of what
Which is
happened
just
when he turned into the Green Goblin originally.
If there's any character that I could like wipe completely clean from the slate of Marvel Comics and start over again, that's it.
Now, I gotta
Hands
say,
down.
for me, one of the big disappointments in Marvel was what they did with Thanos over the length of endless infinity fucking Viewmaster,
Right, the Infinity Shoe.
but whatever it was,
The Infinity Girdle now complete.
exactly. It's the Infinity Condom, whatever it was. It's just like, wow, he's such a fucking idiot pussy. Really, he's like, it's all power, but wait, I'm going to sabotage myself.
Yeah, and the original
over.
Jim Starlin run in Captain Marvel, and then later on in Adam Warlock, he was such a badass dude. He was the dark side of the Marvel
He was
universe.
so scary. He was in love with
Terrifying,
death to the point where he literally courted death. Was taking death to the movie.
My prom date is death, and to impress her, I'm going to, I don't know, kill every living being in the universe.
Yeah, now that's scary.
Oh,
but
awesome.
then when you finally said, they flat out said Thanos is incapable of winning because
Right.
he doesn't secretly want to.
Right, yeah.
And
Captain
you're like,
America
well,
says to him,
huh?
like, dude,
Wah,
if you
wah.
want to beat us, you would have done it a long time ago.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, stop it.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa,
I think I have perhaps the best example aside from Venom. Not to top you guys,
Don't
but
take my answer.
Magneto.
No.
Okay, Magneto. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, God. Talk about character that has been juggled to the point where he shouldn't even be able to see straight.
I'm a good guy. I'm a bad guy. I'm neutral. I'm running the Xavier School. I'm destroying the Xavier School. I'm Ian McKellen. I'm Gandalf. I'm killing the Hellfire Club.
Touch me here. I'm a dirty, messy baby. Come on.
I'm Xavier's best friend. I'm his worst enemy. It's just, oh, Jesus. Stop already.
Hey, it's the message in The Dark Knight. You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself as the villain.
And then the hero,
or you become a
and then
hero
the villain
again,
again.
and then you're a villain again.
Please, everyone on Leon or everyone on Spill, stay tuned for Leon's next opus, The Tao of the Dark Knight.
No. There's been enough talk with the Dark Knight. I'm gonna start switching back to the Flintstones.
But I was going to say about Jason, you're right. It's just that's the X-Men in general. All the characters on the X-Men are that way. It's like, wow, they're a hero, they're a villain, they're gay, they're heterosexual.
That's true.
What are they? I don't know what the fuck is happening with anyone. They're dead. No, really, seriously, we mean it this time. They're dead. Okay, well, they're not.
I
Well,
think-
all
think
of you
Magneto
idiots
is-
take some Haldol and fucking figure out what your personality is.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's indicative of the fact that X-Men is the single biggest soap opera in comic
yes.
books
Yeah.
ever.
Oh, yeah.
And Magneto, I think, is the biggest representative of that. But yeah, all of them have gone to the dark side and come back and fought for the side of light and all that. But Magneto's one that switches back and forth like fucking Sybil.
It's funny because like I would never normally buy that Scott Summers could ever switch to the dark side, but there's a run, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't that long ago where he went and joins the Magneto crew.
That was
no,
in
like-
Ultimates.
Was it in
Ultimates.
Ultimates?
That
But
was
even
Ultimates.
so, they're doing the same thing with Ultimates they are with the regular.
Yeah, good job.
And I was like, I don't know whether or not I should believe this because the X-Men is fucking psychotic and
Yes.
change people's motivations on a whim. But of course, sure enough, in the end, it's like, well, no, it's fucking Scott Summers. He's like a douchebag Boy Scout. He'll never change.
He's actually been represented as being pretty damn cool in the last 6 months.
I have always loved the Cyclops character, always, and part of it is because of the Boy Scout thing.
No, same here.
They don't have a lot of that in the Marvel universe, but he's just like, he was the first guy who was saved by Charles Xavier, and he bought into that mission plan hook, line, and sinker, like your dad telling you about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. And yeah, there have been a few waivers, but pretty much he has stuck to that, and I admire him for that. He's just like, the plan is we're going to work together with humans, we will defeat evil mutants. There you go. And he has done that.
Fans of Cyclops should read Warren Ellis's Astonishing X-Men and Brubaker and Carey's Uncanny X-Men of late, as well as, Brubaker and Fraction's Uncanny X-Men, as well as Mike Carey's Secret Invasion tie-in of X-Men, because he's finally getting his balls back.
Well, I think these guys have had great answers, but my answer would be Black Manta. If I want to bring it back to Aquaman, because Black Manta existed for decades, and then suddenly they had him in the 70s take off his helmet and go like, well, I'm actually a black guy, and I'm fighting because my people have it so hard above ground. I'm trying to fight for something for black men underwater. And I'm like, what? Really?
And you were, nigga, please.
Yeah,
just think how Aquaman felt. He's like,
to have you step on my joke? Yeah, yes.
Aquaman's probably like, what? Seriously?
No. Because it's like, hey, we ain't even looking to move back to Africa. We sure as hell ain't looking to move underwater, motherfucker.
I don't have gills, motherfucker.
Don't speak for us.
Those are the brothers that jumped off the boat.
And it's just so funny how that got brought up. And so now it's become canon that Black Manta is black, but they've never really addressed that ever again.
They've like recounted. I know in the Quiver, the Kevin Smith Green Arrow reboot, Black Manta was like this fish guy. He had somehow mutated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know.
Mutated into a black man.
Well, and as much as
he was a catfish.
As much as I don't agree.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
What? Oh, that went too far? Come on.
No. Because, I'm sorry. It's not racist to say a culture likes a certain food. No, it's going, fucking, you can't say Middle Easterners like hummus. That's ridiculous. That's fucking racist, dude. Fuck you. Black people like catfish because it tastes goddamn good.
It does taste good.
Wait a minute. You can't eat fried chicken underwater.
Watermelon.
Wait a minute. Watermelon.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, that's my film. That's been totally ruined.
That was special skills.
One of our listeners actually posted a question. I think it was for LEOG 11 or 12. Who he was asking about how Black Manta got short shrift, and how he didn't get enough attention or something like that.
Well, it's because for the last 20 years, Aquaman has been given short shrift. So
exactly.
Certainly his rogues gallery is going to get effed over as well.
Just, I know you guys keep telling me Aquaman's so great, but sorry, I've never seen
Didn't
it.
you read? I gave you Jail Ain't Year One.
I did. It was fine, but first off, not continuity. Second off, still not all that impressed with
Dude,
Aquaman.
I'm telling you.
I was like,
one
okay,
day I'll
he's
get
funny.
my shot. I will write the ultimate Aquaman comic book, and it'll turn your mind around and everybody's mind around.
All right.
Can we just get a DC character who is black that we don't put black in front of his code
There
name?
you go.
That would be good.
What's up with that?
Yeah. Or, in
Dr.
general.
Obvious.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see Marvel calling the Falcon Black Falcon.
Yeah.
Wait
Or
a second. Wait
Black
a second.
Luke Cage.
We do have Black Goliath.
Whoa! I got one word for you, motherfucker. Cyborg. You kiss my ass.
Oh, good one.
So you
They should have
have
called
one.
him Black Cyborg.
No, there's Thunder.
I don't even know who Thunder
now,
is.
there aren't a lot of black.
Firestorm.
Firestorm is now black.
Firestorm is now black.
I've
not
got that
original
issue where he's...
Hey, man.
Hey, dude, all those characters
shit
came
don't
out
happen
in the
all at
fucking
once.
30s. Fuck your ass.
Yeah, they couldn't very well call him, well, he's black now.
Yeah.
I guess we got to call him Black Firestorm.
I mean, and Jesus,
Steel.
even the white people, come on, Green Lantern, Red Tornado, it's just
Thank you. Steel, hello.
Steel, Black Steel. Black Steel sounds better. In the Super Friends cartoon, it was always like, why are they calling him Black Vulcan? Can't he just be Vulcan?
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Right.
I mean,
Right. They don't call Aquaman Whitefish.
I know. It's
White
like that.
Superman, please help us.
But that would indicate that there was a black Superman, right? Just like the same thing. It's like, is there a
black
white Vulcan to
Superman
go
would
with
be
black?
badass.
So they need something to signify there's some difference.
But as we have discussed, no matter how badass a black Superman would be, he he'd always be a couple minutes late.
Nobody's calling Green Lantern with what's it?
Oh, damn, that train just...
Sorry, I couldn't.
Sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't defeat Lex Luthor. I was operating on
I could have lifted
CPT.
that motherfucker, but, I had shit to do.
Green Lantern didn't become Black Lantern. Is all I'm saying. By the power of dark, by darkness.
You
night.
went now. Wait a minute. You were saying there's no black superheroes in the DC universe.
Yeah,
I said
exactly.
Green Lantern, motherfucker.
Thank you. I mean, what about Apache Chief? He's got to wear a loincloth and
nunchuck.
fringe. You know what? But besides a black superhero that doesn't have black in front of the name, how about a Native American superhero who doesn't wear fringe?
Yeah.
Name one. That is bullshit.
Because
even in the
if
Legion,
they don't wear fringe, we think they're Mexican.
the Legion of superheroes who are in like the 25th century or the 30th century, Dawnstar, the one Native American Legionnaire,
Still
she
wearing
wears fringe.
and she owns a casino.
I mean, that was funny.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then God, you know what? It's like a Nightcrawler has been like in America and been in the X-Men for decades, and he still says "Unglaublich, Fräulein."
No, he's a poser.
Okay,
He's a total poser.
he's one of those Euro guys that spent a summer in Germany and now has an accent.
He keeps the accent because it helps him pick up chicks.
And now is the time in the X-Men that we touch my mom.
Would you like to touch my dragon? You can touch my dragon. It won't bite you.
Okay, there's this guy who's currently writing Amazing Spider-Man, and anybody who listens to LEOG knows that we ain't reading it. Thanks to what Joe Quesada approved, which was basically writing Mary Jane out of it. And the way they chose to do this was to have Aunt May be on the edge of death and have Mephisto, who essentially is the devil,
Satan,
he's
yeah.
Satan, show up and offer Mary Jane and Peter Parker a deal. Here's the deal. I'll bring your aunt back to life, but you have to agree so that your marriage never happened. Which your only response would be logically, what in the fuck are you talking about?
Well, and not
Why
only
would you
that,
care?
but wow, devil, what possible benefit to the world of evil is this doing at all?
The numbers are dropping like crazy, and well, they should, because not only was this a terrible decision, but they're terribly written at this point.
Yeah,
I
that's
read
what
the first several. and
Menace,
went,
who
oh
was
my
their
God.
first big debut villain after all this bullshit came out, was just this horribly retreaded Green Goblin character,
Right.
who has already been retreaded beyond any shred of believability.
Okay, so the guy who's
I feel an obligation to make a confession here.
you're reading it again, I know, and this is after on the air of a LEOG.
You are
he
such a
gave me
fucking
shit
crack
for
addict,
reading it
dude.
the first couple issues after a brand new day in.
And let me just say that it was out of sheer curiosity because I understand.
Yeah, that's how I caught syphilis the first time. Anyway.
Yeah, me too.
You guys have syphilis?
Not now.
And now you do, bitch.
Wait. I want to hear this.
The fact is, they brought John Romita Jr. back to draw some issues.
Did you buy a
He's
fucking...
rationalizing
Did you buy
like
a brand
crazy.
new day here at Spider-Man?
Dude, after you gave me so much shit,
Oh
I
my
can't believe
God.
it.
Holy fucking shit!
I needed to know for sure.
I'm going to cut
Oh,
your...
no. Don't even hand me that. You could have just read the
No,
motherfucker.
you know you
There's
don't like the
no way
taste
Awesome
of...
Book's gonna kick
You don't
chase
have
out
to.
for reading.
You don't have to suck a dick to know you don't like the taste of jizz.
Yes, thank you. You know what? No Amazing Spider-Man loving guy is a son of mine. Get out of my house.
Puppies!
But I don't love it.
How could you?
Are you actually saying you like it?
No. No.
Oh,
You guys don't
oh,
get it.
oh.
John Romita Jr.'s art,
Who's a great artist?
and I
The
love his
best
work.
Spider-Man artist.
Yes. So based on that, I'm like, okay, I will pick up a couple issues just to see what's going on.
Okay.
There's all this talk about the new Menace, Anti-Venom. What exactly is going on with Spider-Man now that he's a single guy? And I pick these books up and I read them, and I'm like, oh, no, this is third rate. even with the best artists, like the one guy who could maybe bring me back to this book, will it change my mind? No, it doesn't. It's bad.
And it is good for you to come out and admit that to us, Clay.
Okay, now the reason all this came up is because the guy who's writing it's named Marc Guggenheim, which
Right.
I didn't know shit about this guy except apparently.
And is he writing it? I haven't seen his name on any of the issues.
It's a very odd.
Oh, but is he like coming up?
Oddly enough, he's also responsible for the ABC show Eli Stone, which is also complete garbage in
Yes.
my book.
Yes, it is.
I gave it every shot because it came on after Lost, watched 3
Sure.
episodes, and went, wow, this sucks so amazingly badly. But anyway, Guggenheim has really put his foot in his mouth in a way that I will be, even Quesada, as much as he is just an unbelievable jackass now, I can't imagine isn't going to fire this guy after what he said. All right, so let's start off with the easy part of what he said, which is Guggenheim has said a lot of people who aren't reading Spider-Man or refuse to read Spider-Man are judging it based on misunderstandings. Part of the problem with the controversy behind One More Day is the understanding of what was retconned overstates the extent of what was done. Everything that happened in the last 20-plus years of comic book history happened. The only difference is that Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson weren't married. They still dated. They still lived together. They still love each other. They just weren't married. Judging from the letters and death threats we received, I think some people were confused. It all still happened. Now, first off,
He's wrong.
He's totally fucking wrong.
That is a complete, utter, and total lie. Really? If that's the only thing that affected, could you please explain to me why in the first issue of Brand New Day, Peter Parker goes over and talks to his best friend, Harry Osborn, who's dead?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can you explain why they printed out a map of all the things that have changed because of the changeover, which were many, many things, including no more Venom, all sorts of stuff. You're like, wait, I know Marvel likes to retcon all of a sudden, but guys, really?
Oh, and I would
just
like
printed this 6 months ago.
Don't shit in my mouth and tell me it's a Sunday.
I would like to take the opportunity of this thing to one of the things I really liked about Joe Quesada when he came into the editorial-in-chief position was that he was like, stop killing off characters. We're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And that is what he has done. Now, he may rationalize. He's like, I haven't killed off anybody. Spider-Man's still alive. No, you killed off Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
You killed him off, and you reinvented him and retconned him. Whatever fucking terminology you want to use.
It's
but
not.
You killed him
You
off.
killed the last 20 years of continuity.
And you killed off Venom by just your first fucking statement. Now, obviously, that isn't truth because I've been reading fucking Secret Invasion, and boy, I'm
Venom's
pretty
in it.
certain I saw Venom there.
We should get back to the Guggenheim quote.
Yes, because we
Yes.
haven't even reached why he really just went way off the reservation here. Here's what he said that is unbelievable. He said, "Here's my attitude. If anyone is upset about the marriage going away, then they must be all pro-gay marriage. Because if you're pro-gay marriage, you understand the distinction between a marriage and a civil union, that a civil union is not equal to a marriage. We downgraded Mary Jane and Peter to a civil union. If that bothers you, then you're pro-gay marriage." So, what do we take away from this, hearing this statement? First off, that Marc Guggenheim clearly is anti-gay marriage. I think he's pretty directly attacking
It's like
gay
he's-
marriage here in the sense of saying to his readers,
Yeah, well, you're gay.
yeah, exactly. He's saying, oh, you don't like Spider-Man? You're gay.
That's the thing, and
You like
I wish
gays.
I was a little more so. I don't think the man is homophobic. I think that he put his foot in his mouth a big way.
The same way Mel Gibson did.
Yeah, well, and not only that, yeah, it's just the thing that I can't rationalize is why he basically said, well, he could have said, well, I think you're wrong, but he didn't do that. He just said, like, well, if you like this, you support gay marriage. Which isn't saying anything
He
negative.
took the Dan Slott tack and started attacking people that were attacking the storyline.
See, but is that my whole thing is like, is that an attack? And if it is,
See,
what the fuck?
But you're working on an intelligent level where you go like, that's not an attack. But to him, it is an attack.
I guess it must be. I mean, because that's the only thing that I guess.
Well, he is.
I can bring it down to is he's saying like, well, if you don't like Spider-Man, then you're gay.
No,
dude.
he's sitting here openly saying he's defending their decision in Spider-Man.
Right.
And he ends it by concluding, if you don't agree with him, then you're pro-gay marriage.
And it's
so
like,
what is
yeah,
that but
okay.
an
Yeah,
attack against
how is that
that?
bad? I
Yeah,
don't-
is
I don't
that
get
supposed to be an insult?
I guess it's just like because he's delineating between civil marriage and union and saying that marriage is actually the more appropriate or the more the more beneficial state, then that should be the positive thing.
I tried to
But
figure out his logic, and I
I
got a nosebleed like I was trying to figure
I
out
can't
Brand
either.
New Day.
That's what I said. That sentence is so like semiotically and logically retarded as far as like trying to prove any fucking point.
Well, the only thing you can prove is that he's literally acting like a teenager at the end. He's trying to come around to saying he's trying to get 14-year-old boys who are homophobic, as 14-year-old boys tend to be, to get.
And by the way, Spill, I am talking to you.
So guess what, Marc Guggenheim? You have now been automatically accepted to the Orson Scott Card Club of Homophobia.
Actually, yeah, the first day that came out, I went to his Wikipedia page, and yeah, like the bottom statement was like, oh, and he's also against gay rights.
Yeah. No, it's that's the thing though, is that he can't be accepted to that club because you have to be a homophobe and have created something of worth at some point.
Well, actually, and not only that, but I mean, at least Orson Scott Card has his religion to fall back on. It's like, hey, the wackos that raised me told me that this was wrong. This guy's just like, yeah, gay marriage.
How dare you not like what I'm doing?
Yeah, but that's what I can't really wrap my brain around is like he's basically saying, well, if you don't like Brand New Day, then you like gay marriage, and it's like. Yes, I do. You are.
You know what?
He has made a true statement.
Well, here's the thing. It's like
Here's the thing. Put it out here that look. I'm sorry. Anybody who might be listening to this and agreeing with him is like, I would ask you, how in the hell does gay marriage affect you personally on a personal level? I don't give a shit what you say. Like, well, the Bible says this. Because if you say the Bible says it's an abomination, yeah, it also says disobeying your parents is an abomination, punishable by death. So don't just pick and choose. Don't use the Bible like a cafeteria, like a Luby's, where you get the Jello but you don't get the applesauce.
It's not an argument.
Yeah, you either go all the way or you don't.
Went to the Bible and the Luby's argument.
Hot damn, that was a good.
Well, yeah, in the very same book of the Bible that it says, men lying with men, that's an abomination. It also says that shaving is an abomination for guys. It also says eating clams and oysters. In fact, eating anything that doesn't have scales that comes from the sea, you're automatically going to hell.
That's true. Aquaman villains can't turn out to be black. There's all sorts of weird stuff in there.
The thing is, the altering the continuity of a fictional character alters my life more than gay marriage does.
Yeah. Well, here's the choice. Here's the choice that you have.
Absolutely right.
Here's the choice that you have. If you if you like Brand New Day, or if you don't like Brand New Day, you're gay. That's what Marc Guggenheim's saying. I'm saying if you do like Brand New Day, you're fucking retarded. I'd rather be gay. Okay.
Anyway, guys, that is it for LEOG 13. It's only been 6 hours. This is a part-time job now, technically on paper for us. So, anyway, guys, it's been a fun LEOG. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. Thank you to everyone, to Leon, to Beau, to Jason, but most of all to Greg, who has sat here patiently putting up with us making fun of him for being a musician.
That's his name.
Dude,
you've been taking all the pussy since we were.
Don't apologize to the Padawan. We'll make a Jedi out of him. Yeah.
What, we're gonna make him not have girls pay attention to him anymore?
No,
Yes.
read a comic book.
Revenge! Revenge!
He'll be the bait.
I like that.
If you think my bass playing's awesome, you should meet my Watchmen reading friend.
Yeah, that really works.
They've got the extended versions of Lord of the Rings on DVD.
Oh, what, you didn't like Cyrus? Oh, well, here, have this drink. No, it's a Rufalata. It's delicious. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining us for yet another adventure in the minds of people who don't get out much.
Hey, and do a shot for the league, all right?
Yes, one for the league.